Alrighty, we are back for episode 6 of the SportsNow podcast. We have the amazing crew once again to talk about football.
Well, we
That's
should.
right, baby.
We have not addressed that we are adding Hunter as a permanent guest. Well, not I guess not guest, but he's a permanent member
Permanent
of the
fellow.
Permanent
sports
member.
of the Sports Now podcast.
I dreamed of having a podcast with these select three. I had a TV, or no, not a TV, a radio show with Hunter back freshman year of college. And, I was like, this man is the greatest ball knower I know. So if I can't have him on a podcast, there's something wrong. And then
I
what
just,
happened? He's
I
here
just,
now.
I cooked so hard that you guys had to bring me on full time.
I mean, come on. That's obvious.
Of course,
You cooked so hard, Matthew took your advice mid episode.
that's right. I did.
Let's go.
It was good
And,
advice.
and what happened? And what happened?
He was good on my bench, but yeah,
Telling you, ball knowledge extraordinaire.
Braylon Allen scored touchdowns. What can I say?
that's he did.
Oh, no.
Well, let's recap week beautiful two. It wasn't really a beautiful week at all.
Yeah, week two sucked for me, to be honest.
Week two was a lot. It was a lot to go. It was a lot to process. So let's get into it. I know we talked about the Bills and Dolphins game on the previous episode.
Future offensive player of the year, Devon Achan.
Nope.
Really?
It's gonna be.
I
It's
would
gonna
not
be
rule it out.
Alvin.
I would not rule it out. I would not rule Devon or Alvin out. I'm going to say it's Justin Jefferson, but we all have our own reservations. With the Bills and Dolphins, I just want to say right off the bat, people are going to be panicking because of Tua. DeMar Hamlin had him throwing up gang signs. So
Oh. Oh wow.
people are going to be
Bro.
people are going to be worrying about Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, not necessarily A-Chain, more so the pass catchers. And I think this would be a perfect time to buy low on them. Go buy
I love your buy low strategies.
go
love
buy
it.
low on Tyreek Hill. Say Tua is out. Skylar Thompson isn't going to get him the ball. When in reality, Mike McDaniel is going to scheme up stuff for both the pass catchers. They're going to be just fine. They might not have the crazy ceilings with Tua, but they're definitely going to have the floors. So go buy you guys.
I mean, does Tua have a timetable? Like, is he going to be back
Nope.
this year? No.
James Cook RB1 season. Let's go.
Real.
That
makes me so happy.
Khalil Shakir season.
Yeah, he's honestly the true number one receiver right now. I think Josh Allen just feeds him the ball.
Griffin, you gotta get Ray Davis.
I think he's already owned.
Not anymore. He's been dropped by someone, it appears.
That's the handcuff you need.
Matthew, you're cooking, baby. I did not know this.
Oh, mid episode, he's gonna pick
Mid-episode.
someone up.
You can have him.
Actually, I think he might be on waivers because he was just dropped.
Oh, barnacles.
Anyways, you boys got any more thoughts about this game? I know we already kind of talked about it last pod.
Let's look at the box score.
Just get ready for Achan mania. That's all I can say.
Oh yeah, even when Mostert comes back, I still think it's the A-Chain show.
Oh, it's gonna be regardless. I mean, I think Mostert's not gonna ever replicate that season again. It's gonna be
It was a pretty
He's just
gnarly
so
season.
old. He's just so old, and A-Chain has just such like home run ceiling potential that
dude. His speed is crazy.
that whole team speed is crazy.
True. It's hard to
Jalen
guard
Wright-
that team.
They have the world's craziest RB3 in Jalen Wright.
Mm.
So Grant Dubose, let's go.
Grant Dubose.
Crazy down week in terms of fantasy for Josh Allen.
Yeah.
I went against him.
I won against him as well in another league. So don't worry about him. He's fine. Just a down week.
I just like how he didn't have to force the ball anywhere because every time he does that, it's another fucking pick in the end zone.
I'm really curious what you guys think about this. He was one of the first tight ends off the board in a lot of drafts. What do you guys think about Dalton Kincaid? Is it officially officially time to worry or no?
I don't know about time to worry. The Bills' offense is so weird to me.
Has he done anything?
Not really.
No.
He has had two all right weeks. The first week was worse, but last week was a little more like, you know, ramping it back into things, but
Hmm.
not really stellar either week.
I think it was just how the game went. I mean, Josh Allen only attempted 19 passes, and Cook was running all over the place. Scored two of their three
Yeah, I mean, he
touchdowns
averaged
offense.
7.1 yards a carry. I mean, that's insanity.
Yeah, it's one of those.
But
Didn't need to get the passing game.
I definitely think Khalil Shakir has stepped into flex territory. Like you can feel kind of
Oh,
safe.
for sure. He's
You
such a
can
good flex.
you can feel safe about putting him in your lineup. He's going to get some points every week. He's not going to break the bank, but he'll get you some points. He's a safe little
He's a safe
option.
little. He's a safe little guy.
Safe little guy. He's got a cool goatee.
I love Braxton
Yeah.
Berrios.
I mean, he helped you win a season. How could you not?
It's true. The
All right,
greatest
well,
game of all time, right
Yeah,
here.
John's favorite game. I mean, this game shocked me so much in the sense that I did not expect the Cardinals to score just so fast.
Oh, what shocked you? Didn't shock me.
Well, I did pick the Rams to win that game, so it did kind of shock me.
Ah, Kyler Murray.
I also picked the Rams. Picked that
this
game, I
was
believe, last week.
one of many upsets this week.
True,
I
there was a lot of upsets.
not expect this game to go this way. I actually have in my notes from last week, Rams will run over the Cardinals.
That did not happen. Can we go to the box score real quick?
4 catches for 130. Just
He did that in one quarter, by the way.
incredible.
Dang.
So last week I said buy Marv low. It's officially not possible anymore to do that.
Yep.
That's right.
So I hope you did that.
Marv.
I think James Conner is awesome. He is like it's the 2017 running backs like him and Kamara are still valuable running backs to have, even though they're showing an age a little bit. But James Conner is still him.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah, there's really not much to say besides all the injuries just really cooked the Rams, and they're off to a horrible start to the season, and it's not looking great.
They sold their souls for that ring. I'm telling you right now, because they've been so unlucky after that.
I will say that I do kind of like all of the Rams receivers as like waiver ads. I
Yeah,
think
for sure.
because I don't think there's a clear favorite. Maybe Tutu Atwell in that receiving core, Demarcus Robinson potentially, but like all of them, Tyler Johnson, Jordan Whittington,
Yeah,
like
they all seem to have potential there. For
I think they're
sure.
worth. I think they're worth a bench spot just to see who becomes Stafford's favorite in the coming weeks. Also, they didn't put Cup on IR, so I don't know when his time
Hmm.
for return is, but he's
So
out.
that's a fair point.
He's out.
Uh,
So that
okay.
receiver room.
I imagine he comes back probably after their bye week because they have a bye week 6.
So he'll come back week 7.
Because if they put him on IR, he wouldn't would be 3, 4, 5, and then he would have to be out after week 6 as well because a bye week doesn't count as an IR.
It doesn't.
No, it does not.
Oh, that's right. That sucks.
Yeah, IR
That does
only
stink.
includes active games. So yeah, that's probably why they didn't put him on because they had that extra week.
So he'll probably be back
but,
after the bye.
yeah, hopefully.
He better be, bro.
Yeah, I'm
I
praying
need
Puka comes back at that time too, but I don't know.
I need Cup in my life again.
We'll see. I haven't heard about Puka since he got hurt. So.
What do you guys? I mean, what do you guys think about Colby Parkinson? You think he's even worth a look?
I still believe in him. I still believe in him, especially with the top receiving options out
Yeah.
and with how tight the tight end position is. It's worth a bench spot just to see what happens. I have him in a lot of deep leagues, so I
True.
believe. I believe.
I would take him over Dalton Schultz.
I don't know
You
if I'll
just
do that.
hate Dalton Schultz.
Don, come
I
on.
just don't like the offense. Sorry.
Yeah, the one of the best offenses in the NFL you don't like.
Yeah, so Dalton Schultz is never gonna shine.
Well, he's never gonna shine.
So how
That
do you
roster
feel,
would break.
John? How do you feel about Kyler and Marv?
It's awesome. Marvin Harrison was talked about being slow in week 1 and then was incredible in week 2.
Yeah, I was
So,
about to
a bunch
say.
of overreactions.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we were talking about. Like, we literally were like, he's a rookie. That was game 1. Like, both him and Neighbors showed out hard. I know Neighbors dropped a pretty important pass, but he still got a lot of points. So it's like people just speed rookies up so fast, and the point where they're like expecting greatness, like game one. You know,
Murray and Harrison are going to be on your TV for the next
like
15 years.
look at Jamar Chase in preseason, and like look how he was in his rookie season. Like they just need time because Marv, I don't think played at all in the preseason.
Well,
He played
technically
3
he dressed
snaps.
out. Yeah, technically he dressed out and he ran on the field for 2 seconds,
Oh,
but he
gotcha.
didn't play. I
For
don't
sure. But yeah, that game rocks. For sure, because the Rams are smelly.
Yeah, it was over after the first quarter. So
Now,
Speaking of games that over after the first quarter,
oh,
Yeah,
let
Saints
me
and
tell
Cowboys.
you, I have never been so happy to be wrong in my life. Oh,
My
get
gosh,
dunked on, Cowboys.
this was kind of wild.
Derek Carr
Holy
looks like
God.
Tom Brady.
Derek Carr is the second coming of Drew Brees, it looks like. My Lord.
I mean, Trevor. I mean, Trevor is a car guy. I think. Come on, he's
You
predicted
know
it.
he's a big Carr guy, but Alvin is him. He is him.
Okay, how do you not trust Trevor's word after this?
It's true. He is cooking.
I know
Somehow.
Dallas was losing pretty quickly, but their rushing was just disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, it's night and day.
They did nothing.
Yeah, the rushing is poo poo.
Chris Olave did pretty well, bounce back game, averaged 20 yards per catch. That's awesome.
definitely I took his over in every slip that I did with Olave. I just knew that they were gonna incorporate him back in after a slow week one.
Yeah.
And
Real-
sneaky MVP run for Derek Carr.
We'll see. We'll see how
I don't know.
sneaky that'll be.
I've seen Derek Carr too many times.
I've seen Derek Carr at the end of the season, so that's also a big negative. So
Hey, you haven't seen Derek Carr too many times with Clint Kubiak.
that's true, dude. He cooks so hard.
that offensive coordinator is cooking.
Yeah, unfortunately, I wish the Saints could fire Dennis Allen and hire him as head coach, but doubt that's gonna happen.
John,
Yeah,
let's
Alvin Kamara's
see.
pretty good.
Let's see Cavante Turpin.
Okay.
Let's just see him.
I've just never heard of this man in my life.
I wanted to look at this guy,
Return specialist.
Adam
You've never heard of Cavante Turpin?
fullback.
No, dude, look how many fucking receivers there were on Dallas.
Well, they were down by 80 in the
Yeah,
first quarter,
they had
so
they had to have a lot.
They
they
tried their
brought out
best.
everybody.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Interesting note, I've never liked the backfield for the Cowboys, but Rico
Yeah.
and Zeke was like nearly an even split. So I think Zeke is merely just a goal line back at this point.
Zeke is
Yeah.
a million years old.
He's smelly.
He's smelly.
Oh, Rashid Shaheed. You want to talk about that?
But he's a touchdown.
Oh, I love him so much. He's so fast. He rocks. He is definitely the number 2 receiver, and the Saints kind of been missing that since they had. I mean, they've had Olave for a little bit, but like they've always kind of lacked a wide receiver 2. Because trust me, I saw what's his name, like Callaway, I think his last name was, and he
Marquez
was
Callaway.
Yeah.
garbage. So I'm glad to have a wide
Hopefully he's
receiver.
not watching.
Well, that'd be something.
Trevor
Uh,
or not or Griffin, is he faster than Fast James?
No, that's pushing it. That is pushing it. I would not say that.
I said Trevor's name, so shout out Trevor.
Shout out Trevor.
Heck
Big
yeah.
shout out. He
Previous
was
guest.
cooking today at work, let me tell you.
So
Yeah.
Oh,
Go.
yeah.
for me, I think just like Sam Darnold, the Saints are gonna have like crazy elite first 3 weeks of the season, and then we'll see from there. But for the Cowboys, I don't think this is
dude.
gonna be the expectation going forward.
Did you see the NFL power rankings for week 3?
I did not.
We're
John-
not going to go through the whole thing. We're not going through the whole thing. They put the Saints at 9.
Is that disrespectful or is that
They
that
went
is-
up 12 spots or
Oh.
16 spots.
16.
I mean, that's
I mean,
what
I-
happens
I
when
mean,
you
I think
beat
one thing-
Dallas.
I think you got to do that, right?
No.
They put up 91 points in 2 games, John.
Oh, Derek Carr
91.
and Rashid Shaheed. No, it's fine. But
You love Derek Carr and Rashid.
here's what I'll
Shaheed.
say. huge overreaction.
John, why didn't you get the latest news?
What? Oh,
Uh,
I don't know. They'll come back down to earth. I wanted to point that out.
You
16
know,
spots is
I
ridiculous.
think putting them at 3 would have been an overreaction, but I think you got to respect what they've done so far.
yeah.
And I think that's fine.
Yeah, yeah. We'll see.
That's crazy. John's a Saint hater.
No, I don't hate them. They're just gonna drop down 10 spots in 2 weeks. So it's like I feel like it's a waste of time.
It's a waste of time.
Yeah.
Ah,
Bucks Lions. What do you guys think about this one?
Oh, it's a great game.
Was a great game. Um, Baker Mayfield is still him.
Go Baker.
yeah, I like it.
I mean, Baker's
I
so fun to watch.
own him in the league.
I think if you're hurting at quarterback, I think this is a nice little buy low time for Goff. People forget that he finished as a top 10 guy last year.
Yeah, he was pretty good last year
So
for
I
sure.
think you'll be fine. Buy low on these last 2 weeks if you're needing a quarterback, because I know some people are, especially after Love, some dead weeks from other guys. Buy low, buy low on Goff. That's my take.
Yeah, I gotta think of more waiver wire guys or more
Also,
just like buy low.
I have to say, what did I say last week about Rashad White? The world's most
Listen,
inefficient runner.
I took that piece of advice and I got him on waivers in one league. I don't know how he was still on waivers, but
He
You
was
talking about
on
Bucky?
he was
You
on
talking about
wave.
Bucky?
You talking about Bucky or White?
Bucky Irving, because
Yeah.
I
Okay.
no
I was
Rasheed
like,
Rice
I
is
was like, you
not.
did not
No,
get.
hey
Yeah.
John, it's the league that we're in. I don't think Matthew's in it.
Oh,
No.
yeah.
Oh yeah, Hunter. It's Josh's league.
Bucky Irving is slowly going to take over. I don't know if he's going to be the one by the end of the season, but it's slowly going to become just a straight up split backfield. I think Bucky has just been too great for the Bucks to ignore,
True.
at least in terms of comparing himself to White. Because 3.1 yards per carry isn't amazing, but it's definitely better than 1.8 yards per carry.
I mean, that's so
Yeah.
smelly. Also, Chris Godwin is him. Let's point that out.
My opponent had Kate Otten, so that was awesome.
What?
Yeah, Alex started. He started Kate Otten. One carry for -4
Yeah,
yards.
I like that, John. Uh-oh. Uh, he, that was his best option.
Yeah, because he had Njoku who got hurt.
I mean, I had Jawan Johnson who got 0 as well, and I still put up 140. So,
Yeah, I don't know why you ever started Juwan Johnson, but
because Jake Ferguson was out, and I didn't think Wash Zach Ertz would be better, but he was.
You could have traded for Matthew. He has Dalton Schultz.
Oh wow, that really screams good tight end.
oh, Griffin.
Speaking of good tight ends, Sam Laporta with 2 musty weeks.
Well, he got 3 points. Schultz did, so get destroyed.
So
Laporta-
wow, 3 points.
Laporta-
He's very consistent. He's gotten the same amount both weeks.
Matthew, you lost to someone that started Tua.
Okay,
That's all I need to say.
he had Kamar get 44 points, and he
That's
had
true. That's true. That's a very bad
Fairbairn
call.
got 20 as a kicker.
Honestly, that's a skill issue.
I say it's a skill issue.
All right, so back to what Hunter was saying. I have Laporta, and I'm sad.
Yeah, understandable.
He keeps doing really bad,
John, no, literally no one cares.
and I hope that
John,
Laporta
I
fixes it.
care about you having all right. And I would also advise that it's not time to panic because he might play, but Amon-Ra is facing a soft tissue injury right now. And again, I still think he'll play, but I think they might limit him a little bit. So I think this week actually against the Cardinals that we might see a nice little resurgence game from him. I actually think the favor might go towards Jameson Williams because the
Okay.
Cardinals secondary minus the safeties, they're extremely young. The cornerback room for the Cardinals, the average age is probably like 23, maybe 24.
That's crazy.
Hey, take out Sean Murphy Bunting, the average age has definitely got to be like 23. It's a young core. So I think the wide receivers might have a great day, and this might actually be the comeback from Goff that I was talking about.
I mean, I was talking about this with Tony. The Lions absolutely destroy the Cardinals every time they play. Like, it's not usually close from what I've seen lately with the
Okay. So I Detroit, unlike the Rams, is going to know how to play against a Cook defense.
Real.
And so
That's just real.
I think actually for every offensive player on the Lions, it's going to be a great day.
That's a Cardinals fan talking smack of other defense. Let that be known.
I'm just being real. I'm not
That
saying
is-
that the Cardinals offense isn't going to be great, but that defense,
Hopefully it's a shootout. That would be in my
Woo!
favor.
Yeah, that'll be great for fantasy. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this game stunk. If you
Yeah,
have
it's
Anthony
pretty mid.
Richardson, that's a mid game.
is he dealing with a hammy after this game? Is that what I heard?
Oh, I hope not.
I don't.
Yeah, the damn ham
think
sandwich right there.
I want to say I heard somewhere that he's dealing with a hamstring. After I could be wrong, so let's just keep talking about the game. I'm gonna look at it. while you guys-
Yeah, Anthony Richardson, well, the 3 interceptions didn't help, but yeah, I mean, letting Josh Jacobs get 151 yards
That's actually insane.
is
32
kind of cool.
carries for
Yeah, 32 carries
151.
is
Bro,
tough.
that's absolute work to death.
Yeah,
Wow.
he's gonna be feeling it next week. But I also like how Taylor had 12 carries and 103, so a lot more efficient
Yeah.
than Jacobs. If you have Michael Pittman Jr., I'm sorry that you took him that early.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, it was probably
just a
time to drop him.
bad decision.
Yeah, no, he's
Time
one
to
of those
drop him.
guys that I don't keep trying to trade for, but I keep looking at, and I'm like, well, the problem is I don't know if he's ever gonna get good again. So I don't know. I think
Hmm.
based on Anthony Richardson's throwing style, it just doesn't work for Pittman at all, which is why Pierce continues to have great games.
Yeah,
But
Pierce. I mean, Pierce has been really good. I mean,
All right, my brain is cooked. He's definitely not dealing with a hammy. I think I was just thinking of AJ Brown, and
I
I
mean,
have
it's pretty likely that you can
no
talk about
idea
anyone.
why I made the connection to Anthony Richardson. But Alec Pierce, wide receiver 1 season. Michael Pittman's gonna fade into oblivion.
I mean, literally. I mean, yeah, Pierce could be a wide receiver one for sure.
Malik Willis is him.
Okay, I wouldn't say that at all.
Say the Titans quarterback
Jordan Love.
is him.
He might be the highest paid quarterback ever, but if Jordan Love, he's gonna get benched even when he's healthy because
Wow.
Malik Willis is just cooking.
I don't think I
So
will ever
Jol-
see someone so high on Malik Willis.
Jolly,
That's
No,
crazy.
no.
Jolly Rancher
I mean,
time.
look at that
Jolly
passer
Rancher
rating.
time.
Look at that passer rating. That's
Well,
nearly,
gee, I wonder why, because
that's
they gave
nearly
the ball
Kyler Murray territory.
32 rushes. I
Um,
wonder why.
Jolly Rancher time. Jolly Rancher time.
I'm completely joking, but
I hope so.
I did think.
but
Oh, no, I was just gonna say that I did think that the targets from Pittman, just to defend him a little bit, he was second. I
No.
mean, he was tied for first in targets. So they still want him to get the ball.
Yeah, let's just hope the connection is there at the end of the season. I hope that Pittman's not a bust.
They just got to get some locker room chemistry going on. Hang out after the game, go get a drink.
Just
hard to do that when you're 0-2.
like chill, maybe.
Yeah,
get a 3 for me at Chili's.
there you
And
go.
Ooh,
a nice little triple
You-
dip.
don't get me started on a chili side Caesar. You don't want to know. You just do not want to know how
Come
hard I go
on,
for a
bro.
chili side Caesar, baby. Come on.
Speaking of target share, the jury is completely still out for the wide receiver room in Green Bay. I
Yeah.
personally still think it's Jaden Reed. I guess I didn't watch the game personally, but I guess Christian Watson just doesn't exist anymore.
Oh my
He-
God, I didn't realize he's not even on there.
So there's that. Marshawn Lloyd, I believe, was put on IR. So if you're looking for a handcuff, because it's always handcuff season in fantasy, Emmanuel Wilson time.
Emmanuel Wilson time is a sentence I
Yeah.
didn't expect to hear.
Go protect
Bro.
Josh Jacobs if you have him on your roster. Pick up Emmanuel Wilson just in case.
Yeah, if anyone's gonna get hurt, it's the guy that has 32 carries and
Well, who am I picking up, Lloyd or Wilson?
Wilson.
Wilson. Okay.
Just in case Josh Jacobs gets Nick Chubbed, you have Emmanuel Wilson.
Nick Chubb.
Okay. Time to pick up Manuel Wilson.
or Bo
Good.
Melton, but he's a receiver.
Oh,
Bo Melton.
No, but yeah, I mean, I can't. I think the Colts losing this is pretty embarrassing, because of how not good the quarterback play was from the Packers. I mean, his rating is good because his completion percentage is incredible. I mean, 12 of 14 is awesome, but
Hmm.
I'm confident that if they forced him to throw up more often, it wouldn't have been as good as it was. But I mean, they just fed Jacobs and they were able to sneak out a win.
Good,
yeah, that's pretty much what that was.
good take, John.
So a nice little take going forward is that DeForest Buckner, I believe, was placed on IR for the Colts.
Oh, that's not
So
good for them.
so with that said, any team that is playing the Colts going forward, it might be nice to look at that matchup if you have one of their running backs. But at the same time, for the Colts, they might be playing down going forward. So that could be good for their offense, fantasy wise.
Well,
So
yeah, Pierce in the
so
last 2 weeks has been insane.
that Pittman Jr. might be a great buy low.
True.
I'm trying. He's not answering.
He's not picking up the phone.
But yeah,
Well, he's low on him too.
he's not answering. So apparently he's low on.
Well, he's a busy guy, so
Yeah. Alrighty. Jets and Titans.
okay.
I'll be
So
the first to say that Hunter was right on this one. He
When am
called
I
it.
When am I not? Braylon Allen, 2 touchdowns. Told you last week. Go pick him up. Allen
yeah.
Lazard with the all-time stinker.
Allen Lizard.
Yeah, Alan Lazard didn't really do crap.
Yeah, I started him.
And you started Garrett Wilson as well, who's
Who also did mid,
he's
but I
kind
still
of
won.
he's kind of mid, yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting. Yeah, honestly, investing in the Jets receiving was a decision I probably shouldn't have made, but
I
see
mean
how the game
Lazard looked
progresses.
good last week, so I mean you
He
got might
scored
as well
twice.
try to bet somewhere.
So I
Yeah.
want your guys' takes on DeAndre Hopkins because
Washed.
is it now officially washed time?
I
Yeah,
believe
Oh, it's
I
so.
feel like
been.
I feel like it's been washed
Because
time for sure.
I think this is 2 weeks of one catch for under 10 yards, I believe.
I mean, even last year he was awful. I mean,
Like, is
uh,
it just the namesake that's keeping him on your roster? Like, is he a
Yep.
waiver guy at this point, or is it 2 just dud weeks?
I don't think he's a waiver guy.
You don't think you think keep him? Don't drop him?
Oh, I think you meant like pick him up. I guess he's not on waivers typically.
Well, for most guys, it's the name keeping him rostered. So if he doesn't have the name DeAndre Hopkins
Yeah,
keeping on people's teams,
No, yeah,
No.
he would be rostered.
is this someone that we should start dropping and worrying about, or
Well, I've seen people drop it
Mm,
in some leagues, and I don't blame them.
I wouldn't be that upset if you dropped him really.
I promise you, there's nothing to hold on there. I mean, the Titans' passing offense isn't anything to hold on
Dude,
to
Will
anyway,
Levis
and he's
is
not even like.
gross.
I mean, what I'm holding on to is last year's work with Levis. Because Hopkins had a decent year last year, but I know that he had the knee issue to start the season. But I'm just curious if you guys think that
Yeah, it's kind of decent. I owned him. It was interesting.
I don't have a problem. I mean, a lot of benches are like whatever, so you could probably hold on to them. But if there's someone out there that you want to get that you think is going to do better, you could drop him and let someone else hold on to him. I
Yeah,
I don't think it changes. It's just that offense isn't exciting enough to be able to maintain all of these receivers because I think really Pollard, their tight end, and then Boyd are all above Hopkins.
what do you guys think about the backfield there with Pollard and Spears?
Pollard's the number one.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think it'll go back and forth, to be honest.
Well, I know that because
think so.
Spears got hurt.
Yeah, Spears is a little weak, baby. No, but
So I at least for week 3, it'll probably just be Pollard.
in real
Yeah.
life, if I'm coaching the team, I put Ty J Spears on the field 10 out of 10
I
times.
told you guys I don't like Calvin Ridley, and look, he sucks.
I like
I
Spears.
guess.
I like Spears way more as a talent, but they're giving Pollard the ball, which they paid him all the money. So I mean, I get it.
Yeah,
But realistically, Spears is much more talented, and so it should be much more of a split backfield, even leaning towards Spears. But I think after these 2 weeks, it's officially you can kind of lock Tony Pollard into like an RB2 slot and feel pretty safe about it. I would say.
Yeah, well, the Titans are probably going to be one of the worst teams in the league come the year end. So,
They haven't won yet.
Luckily,
They can.
luckily they're going to be throwing then, and it looks like Pollard was completely in the pass game, 6 targets.
which
Mhm.
is good.
Hmm.
Sure, the Jets look very average.
Allen Lizard.
I gotta say, I'm definitely disappointed by Conklin so far this season. To start the year, he had a pretty consistent year last year, and I definitely thought he was going to be much more involved in the pass game.
Yeah, I dropped Conklin. I don't even think he's like lasted week one
But
on my team.
it doesn't even seem like any of the Jets receivers are really doing
No.
that much.
Braylon Allen is getting targets, so that's taking away from Conklin. And they also got Mike Williams, who I believe tripled, if not triple, doubled his snap rate because he's back from injury.
I guess Brees Hall got 7 receptions.
Yeah, I mean,
I
he's the elite fantasy asset that we all knew about.
Yeah, I mean,
He's
he's him.
he's
I don't
taken.
know. I don't know how much it would take, but Griffin, I'm the king of buy low, and I'm going after Garrett Wilson if I can.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you already did.
Exactly.
Don't hit my line.
Exactly.
You literally already did. You accomplished that. Garrett Wilson will be perfectly fine.
You think
I hope
so?
I know so.
I'm a little worried about. Well, I don't really have him, but
Mm-mm. Garrett Wilson will be just fine.
okay.
Keep
Okay.
saying that so I can trade him for I don't know, someone awesome.
Michael Pittman.
No, dude, I wouldn't give Jacoby Myers for Michael
I'm
Pittman.
just curious what crazy Will Levis plays next.
I know. Will Levis is the king of making just the dumbest decisions and making it just incredible. Like him falling to his knees was crazy work. That was crazy work to me.
Anyways, I think we got it good for this game.
And
Yeah, we did.
seeing his penis on the internet too.
Okay,
Okay,
that was awesome.
Matthew.
All right, the Vikings and
I mean-
Niners.
Matthew, come on. dude.
I mean, we knew he was the Mayo Man already, but
Oh my God.
it's just he has a cannon.
Yeah,
We knew he had a cannon. His draft profile.
Are the
Yeah.
Niners frauds?
we're back again.
I don't believe they're frauds. I think the injuries are just piling up.
So unfortunately, this is reality. So if they are injured, I'm afraid they're frauds. Um,
I think it really is less about the Niners being frauds and more so about the Vikings being surprising. Because I knew going in that they had a defense, and I've always believed in the O'Connell scheme. And it's not like Darnold is completely cooked. Last year with the Niners, I liked him and I liked what I saw. So I think it's really more a testament to the Vikings. But yes, the Niners are cooked.
yeah, I mean, for me, the hardest part with the Vikings is, I mean, it's hard to say like take away one play and the game sucks, but I mean, truthfully, Jefferson doesn't catch the ball, the game, they don't win it.
Yeah,
I-
but that's playing like I never like this kind of talk because it did happen. So like,
But it
how are we
won't
going to eliminate
happen
it?
in the next 10 weeks.
I mean, we don't know that because week one he had a crazy deep catch. So what's stopping it?
I've seen the Vikings enough years. I think that
But
they're
what if
gonna.
what if it's different this year?
What if the sun blows up?
Exactly.
And
No.
that's quite the comparison.
No, I just I don't know. The Vikings aren't exciting for me. Outside of
Justin Jefferson
their
is a
receiving
player on their team, though. You can't really say they're not exciting.
Yeah, yeah.
Aaron Jones. You love Aaron Jones.
No, Ty Chandler, 8.2 a carry is just bonkers. to me.
I own him. Yep. He's cool.
Hunter, what are you thinking about Mr. Chandler?
Mr. Chandler, I still think it's Aaron Jones. I think he's one of the most important handcuffs to have because as we're seeing right now, 8.2, he could definitely slide into starter territory.
Mhm.
So if we're talking about important handcuffs that could actually become something, Ty Chandler. And I feel like he's probably rostered in most leagues, but some people aren't huge on handcuffs, which I am the king of buy low and handcuffs. We already know. So
I mean, there's a lot of
I'm always ready to
stupid
scoop
people.
them up. I'm always ready to scoop them up.
There's a lot
I
of
think-
stupid leagues.
I think this is a perfect time to just up the charisma and put on your best sales pitch for Brandon Ayuk before he's officially the only target in that offense left?
Excuse me?
Yeah,
Okay.
I picked up Jawan Jennings in the league.
Same. I think Jawan Jennings is probably going to be incredible.
He's should have been the Super Bowl MVP last year.
Agreed.
Um, Juwan Jennings is the GOAT.
There's a pretty big chance that I start him this week, unfortunately, because I have a
Oh
bunch
my
of
That's not a
gosh.
bad start though. If he's the wide
which
receiver
is why I'm
too.
so excited for Jawan Jennings. I'm like, this guy's going to be my everything for a couple weeks.
Listen, if the owner of Brandon Ayuk in your league is a cooked baby brain guy,
No,
go
the
go
owner of
buy
Ayuk
Ayuk.
in
Go buy
mine
Ayuk.
is Matthew knows.
I know what.
Oh, you know who has Brandon Ayuk, and I'm
Oh
never going to
man.
leave that team for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
I think that
No way.
person values him quite high, which you know,
Round
uh,
one, pick one kind of value. Yeah.
yeah,
Did they say how long Debo's going to be out?
but
They said a few weeks. Well, okay, I heard
a
a couple and I heard a
couple.
few. So two or three
It's a
is what I'm going with.
But it's not
yeah.
IR. It's not IR.
It's not
No, it's not
IR.
IR.
No,
No.
Debo should be back.
Probably by week 5, I
Sure.
would assume.
Yeah, it depends on when their buy is. I I
Or
haven't
6,
5.
probably 5 or
Yeah,
6.
maybe honestly probably 6.
I feel like they always take a little longer than normal than they say. Fortunately,
Real.
That Isaac Grendo is the new Jordan Mason handcuff. I don't know how long CMC is going to be out.
no,
So I actually in deeper leagues I do have Grendo. In my dynasty league I have him, of course, but we're talking redraft here. So
True that.
what's your deepest league, Hunter?
probably my main dynasty because I'm thinking of rookies 3 years in the future.
Hmm.
Well, like Grendo, he's probably not slated to see the field anytime soon. But in 3 years, when CMC is 45 years old and has no Achilles left,
I mean,
he might
how
be
many
one.
people how many people are in those leagues? Or in that league?
It's only 12, but it has extended benches.
Okay.
And again, just the thought process of looking forward in the future of Dynasty, that's what makes it a little deeper in my mind.
Yeah. True.
So moving on to the Seahawks and the Patriots, what are your thoughts, your initial thoughts about this?
Gino looked better. I think he looked great this week. I know that he only had one touchdown, but he got DK the ball a lot, which made me happy in a league. I'll tell you that.
Okay.
I
Pretty
think
good.
there's two main storylines from this game. I think the first one is the JSN breakout game. This is his first 100-yard game. And I think this is where we finally turn the page of Tyler Lockett being the two to JSN taking over. I think Tyler Lockett's still going to be involved and still relevant, but I think we've officially turned the corner on the JSN train. And then on the other side for the Patriots, we can't disregard 12 targets for Hunter Henry.
Yeah, I mean Hunter Henry. I was talking about this with Tony.
Oh my gosh.
I always said I'd rather have a tight end that would boom 2 or 3 times a year rather than a mid tight end to give me 4 or 5 points every single week.
I feel like it's a lot of Patriots like receiving. They boom heavily. And
I mean,
then they do nothing all year long.
sometimes you got to take the risk, baby.
But yeah, it's like 10 targets, 12 targets just randomly. It's like
And also, I just got to
ridiculous.
say, Jalen Polk touchdown.
Oh my
Jalen Polk
god.
touchdown.
Yeah.
No other really involvement, but Jalen Polk touchdown.
Dude, where
and
is Demario Douglas?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you two
he
were like the Mario
did.
truthers.
I'm pretty sure he got no receptions.
Yeah. I see a tight end that I haven't seen in like a while. Austin Hooper.
Austin Hooper.
Remember when he was on the Falcons? Wow, I feel like
He's
an unks
he's
now.
been on a lot of teams. He was on the Browns, I know, too.
I'm officially like unk status.
I will
Uh,
say Antonio Gibson averaging 8.7 yards a carry is kind of an awesome thing to see. What year are we in?
Yeah, I don't think that'll ever happen again, but I hope I'm wrong. Antonio Gibson is a player of time.
Also, Charbonnet had that crucial third down conversion.
Mm-hmm.
And on this point, it's looking like I don't know if he's going to hit IR, but it's looking like Kenneth Walker might be out a couple weeks. There's no real word on that, but I'm just hearing whisperings about. I believe it was an oblique,
I still
I-
didn't. I didn't
No.
see him get injured. That was the crazy part about this.
abdomen oblique. I'm starting to think that he's not going to be playing for a little bit. Again, I don't think it's going to be an IR stay, but we talk about handcuffs consistently. Charbonnet was one, and look at now he's an RB1 on a team. So
I would say,
Yeah.
I love having him on my team in a couple leagues because I'm like, oh, that's a easy. I don't have to think about my flex. That's an RB1.
What about Jake Bobo?
it's pretty cool.
I got nothing to say about Bobo.
I like that. Bobo.
Bobo. But yeah, this
Next,
game was good.
next.
Yeah, so I'm a Kenneth Walker owner, so I'm a Zach Charbonnet hater.
Yeah, no,
Oh.
definitely that hurts. That hurts me in my main league. I'm
I mean,
I was so high on Walker too.
I think that
It's
the average of
insane.
2.7 is not going to be great if that continues. I don't think it will, but I
Mhm.
think getting usage isn't going to matter if he stays that inefficient. It helps that he had the rushing touchdown, but
Yeah, we'll
also
see.
I'm taking the Ramondre Stevenson over in like every slip that I do.
mhm.
I just think he's the bell cow for sure. I mean, we see 21 carries.
Yeah.
Only 3.9 a carry, but he's the guy. I mean,
Yeah.
it definitely helped Gibson having a good day, but
Mhm.
True. Yeah, so that was a game.
Giants Commanders. This
Oh
was
god, this game
hilarious.
was so funny.
This game was awesome.
we need to talk about Malik Neighbors' target share. That's
He's
the
so
absolute
him.
first thing we need to talk about.
I love him so much.
18 targets.
Wild.
18 targets is insane. He did have that drop, but
He's the only guy there.
who cares? 127 and a touchdown, 18 targets. It's him. It's
Yeah,
him.
that's huge.
I think honestly, for me, the craziest thing is like Darius Slayton is in a position to have like a very good role, and he still can't, and that's very
He's
disappointing.
still
'Cause I
mid.
have been a Slayton lover for like 5 years now,
I have to.
and I just, oh,
I feel like I always
Like-
see him on your bench, John. And you
Yeah,
end
at
up
some
starting
point
him.
in the
Getting
year,
him.
you have him.
He always has Slayton.
But I think this is definitely an example of you don't need an elite quarterback to have a fantasy relevant day. Malik Neighbors was
Yeah, that proved it for sure. I
Malik
agree.
Neighbors was completely fine. And I get that Skylar Thompson is not exactly Daniel Jones, but this just aids my point from earlier about the Dolphins receivers. Like don't panic. They're gonna get their target share. Like they're gonna be
Yeah.
fine.
now are you saying Daniel
Hope
Jones
so.
isn't? No, I'm just kidding. So I
But-
have Brian Robinson Jr., so I want to talk about him.
Yeah, he
He's
rocks.
my favorite.
He's cool.
He's
But
my
Austin Eckler though.
Also,
It's
Eckler did get
so
more usage than I ever
washed,
would have
bro.
guessed. 8 carries, and then also the
I have
receiving.
Eckler in both my leagues. I'm cheering for him.
Both?
I'm sorry.
So
No.
Both? Well, when Brian Robinson Jr. goes down,
He won't.
you don't know that.
He's strong.
He's
So does
strong.
He got shot in the leg and came back the same season. So
He doesn't get
That is true. I did.
he's trying to be Tank Dell so bad.
trying to be Tank Dell so bad. But yeah, Jaden Daniels is awesome. He's fun to watch.
Dude needs to score a touchdown.
Yeah,
be-
true, but he
to
still
be-
is fun. Go
It'd be
ASU.
more fun to watch, but and going into the year, I knew that Terry was gonna get a ridiculous target share, but dude needs to get the yards. And
I don't know what's going on with him.
It's
I have
the-
him in the league.
I mean, we know exactly what's going on. It's the Cliff Kingsbury offense.
Oh, I forgot he's the offensive coordinator. Oh, that's so smelly.
Oh,
It's so funny watching like Commanders fans, like Commander Twitter. There's just
Commander Twitter.
Commander Twitter, Commander X. Commander X is
Okay.
saying all the things that the Cardinals
Yeah.
fans had to suffer throughout that entire.
Cliff
Hey.
sucks so bad, bro.
Jaden, you can check out of the screen. You don't need to do the screen. Like,
Screenplay on 3rd and 15 every
yeah,
freaking drive.
22 yards from McLaurin definitely hurts, but I think he'll be fine.
Seems he's not scary after all.
breaking news. Kenneth Walker did not practice, but he was seen running.
Why? Wait,
That helps you because that definitely
live
He
news.
was moving. He was breathing, and that's what I did not know.
You didn't know if he was. You didn't know if he was alive.
That
Yeah,
is
I
the
wasn't sure.
most news ever. That's
Some players get hurt, and then I honestly don't know what's happening for a solid week, and it's very sad.
They would tell you if
Uh,
they died.
going forward. I do want to say whoever plays the Commanders, their wide receivers are set for a pretty good day with that secondary.
Oh, their secondaries are buns.
Buns.
Oh, then I really hope T. Higgins plays.
Hot dog buns.
Hot dog buns.
Oh, if they're playing the Bengals, yeah, they are.
Yeah,
So
they're playing the Bengals. So if you have
Chase-
Jamar Chase, you better get
Jamar
excited.
Chase might actually have Jamar Chase Day, but we'll talk about that. when we
Yeah,
get-
we'll get into that.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, we will.
Chargers. Okay, we can skip that.
Yeah, will.
Dude, Bryce Young getting benched is so sad.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He had a really good QBR, so I thought he should have stayed. Um,
God, 57-2 is so
well,
bad.
was his QBR
Wow.
was 6. So
This hurts my soul because I've always been a Bryce Young.
That's bad.
This hurts my soul to see Bryce get benched.
well,
I
he's
do
taking
I
over
do
CJ
I do
Stroud.
think this is more so talking about the future, not really about this game, but
Could try
I
being
think-
good.
I think having Dalton in will kind of like it will set it like at least a baseline for what the offense should look like. Like I think Deontay's gonna get his targets now. I
Okay.
think
Yeah.
I think the run game might look a little better.
Miles Sanders and Chuba.
Yeah, no, it just hurts to see him benched. On the other side, two things I want to know. J.K. Dobbins comeback player of the year.
That is a likely possibility if he stays healthy all year.
And then also, please just go check the odds. Please just go check the odds on all betting platforms. Joe Alt for offensive rookie of the year.
Oh my dude, Joe Alt is so awesome.
Dude, on FanDuel earlier today, I swear I saw plus 25,000 for Joe Alt.
Wow.
I'm not even kidding. And he's had 2 lockdown performances. If he locks down TJ Watt this week, I'm just saying we might see an offensive lineman win the award.
Let's hope so, man.
That'd be wild. Yeah, so I have Gus Edwards, so if Dobbins can take the back seat, that'd be cool.
Yeah, Dobbins 7.7 is just crazy, dude.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping it'd be more split. That's what we thought it was before the season was going to start, and
And it did not happen.
so
You
apparently
know,
the Ravens don't know how to use running backs.
And I'm a very adamant, like I'm against the take due for an injury, but I'm just scared for Dobbins. I'm just scared what will happen, what can happen, what we've seen happen.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna ride the high while we can.
True.
JK season off
I've Gus Edwards.
back player of the year. I actually had to take before the season started. I didn't think that Justin Herbert would finish top 15 in passing, and it looks like that's going to be the case. So
I've always been a Justin Herbert hater, but
no, I love the quarterback, but
in real life he
the
plays
scheme-
fine. But
the
in
scheme
fantasy,
is
he's
just not.
horrible.
He's not going to get his yards. He's not going to be a crazy passer. Like you love Herbert in real life, but you don't like him ever in fantasy.
Exactly.
So-
Facts. Matt was a truther for a while, but it's okay.
True.
We'll see. Stay tuned.
Truth.
Oh,
Browns, Jaguars.
what a game. This was a game of time for sure.
What do you got to say?
I mean,
I don't like either team.
Brian Thomas Jr. is awesome. I'll say that.
I agree. That's a Griffin take I like.
Yeah, I mean he's awesome. Like I love to have him in a league. I don't think I have him in any of my leagues, but I know Tony adores him in his league because 2 receptions, but he almost got 100 yards. It's insanity. Anytime he
trying-
touches the ball, he's going crazy.
He's trying to be Marv so bad.
That real.
I got to say the exact same thing that I said with Justin Herbert just now. Apply that to Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
You love the quarterback fantasy. You don't really like him.
Yeah, he was kind of that way last year. I would say he's probably going to finish worse than he did last year. It wasn't as bad last year, but I think it's just he doesn't do enough.
Also, the
fantasy.
worries of last week eliminated. Tank Bigsby wasn't a factor.
Yeah, I mean, I figured.
ETN was the guy, which is expected.
Mhm.
On the other side, can't ignore Foreman getting double the carries at Ford. I still do think it's Ford's game, but
I did pick up Foreman in the league.
Dude, Foreman is always such a weird fantasy player.
You know, I think it's one of
Yeah.
those cases of you can flex either and be fine. Like they're not going to pop off, but you're going
Mm.
to be fine with either Ford or Foreman as your flex.
Is he like a third down? Because why would they give him 14 carries if you only have just 3 yards?
He's a nice power back.
All right,
Like he might get some goal line touchdowns.
you better not. I have Ford.
Yeah, nothing sexy about the wide receiver core. I'm very sad about Amari Cooper's start to the year.
Yeah, I mean, but that's just what you get
Mhm.
when you have Deshaun Watson as your quarterback.
Jerry Judy leading is quite the statement.
Jerry
Shout out,
Judy.
shout out Jerry Judy.
Also,
Clearly.
was
Big
there
Bill.
something wrong with Kirk, or did he just have a bad day?
He had
Did
a bad day.
it was just a bad day? It wasn't an injury.
Yeah, I have Christian Kirk and
Wasn't his week 1 wasn't good either.
no, he got like 3 points, I think, week 1 or
Well, it's
something.
the Brian Thomas effect. Like
Not a
when
good
you,
not a good
Brian
start.
Thomas is him.
when you add an alpha into the room, it completely changes. Because last year Christian Kirk was getting you 13, 14 a game consistently. He was such a safe play, but now when you have an alpha in the
Mhm.
room,
The
that
Jaguars
changes.
wanted to pay Christian Kirk. So that's
Yeah,
why,
but
dude, I loved Christian Kirk, but when he left Arizona to go to Jacksonville and I saw the contract, I was less upset.
Well, okay, think about it now. That contract is nothing now. Like just a couple years forward, like the
Well,
wide receiver contracts of today are nothing.
one
Like
catch
for
for negative
example,
1 yards is
for example, Kyler's contract, Kyler Murray's contract, 40, 45, 46 a year. Sounded crazy at the time, but now that quarterbacks are getting 55,
yeah.
that's crazy.
it seems like a discount. So cool.
I will always say that Patrick Mahomes' contract's a discount every single day.
Mm-hmm.
This
What?
game was funny because I was not watching this, and then all of a sudden I get like I look on ESPN Fantasy and I saw the Raiders won. I thought the Ravens like ran away with it, but they did
Yeah.
not.
Another frustrating upset for all the bettors.
See,
Uh,
Adams and Bowers, I own both those guys.
both those
Yeah,
guys.
look at them.
I mean, Adams should be in a retirement home right now, but
Yeah, he's still cooking.
he's an alpha wide receiver one. And Bowers, I thought it was going to be much more split, at least to start his career with Mayer. But man, he's the guy right off the bat.
You love to
9
see it
No
though.
way.
catches.
Only if the Falcons could take that advice with Pitts.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
I have
And
Myers.
he'll remain stinky.
Myers used to be wonderful.
Zamir White is an interesting dilemma to have because I know a lot of people picked him as like an RB2 or not an RB2. I'm sorry, RB3. Like I saw him. He
And
actually is an
some might
RB2.
have an RB2, but yeah.
Yeah, but that's tough because I don't know what to do with him in one of the leagues I have him in. I think I'm starting Devin Singletary over him.
Yeah.
I would definitely do that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, well.
I mean, Madison is either stealing a touchdown from him or taking all the passing game options from him. So it's like,
yeah,
Carries for 1 yard is kind of awesome.
but he still has a touchdown. It's crazy.
I love that. 0.3.
I think, again, for bettors, I think Henry for a goal line touchdown is pretty safe nearly every week.
He's a
Oh, and I said last week, don't overreact to Isaiah Likely and look, Mark Andrews
Wow.
has a
Yeah.
better day. Mark Andrews has a better day. So also Flowers with an extreme target share. He's
Mhm.
he's averaging what did he get week 1? Like 12? Like it's over 10 a game. So
It took him 2 years to, because like, yeah, I always heard people were high on Flowers, and he always just like was okay. But if you keep,
oh well, it's his second season right now, and Flowers had a pretty
Yeah,
solid
I was
play.
like, he only was a rookie last year.
Yeah, so not much to say. The Ravens players, we already kind of know the vibes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually trying to sell Likely while he still has that
Yeah.
week 1
Gotta,
aura
gotta sell that, man.
before it fades, because I still like Andrews to have a solid year.
Mm-hmm.
Real.
Real, I think.
ooh, fun game.
Oh God.
This
It's
looks awesome.
It was a Bo Pick's legacy game.
Wow.
Yeah, this.
Oh,
What is there
yeah.
to break down? So Najee, okay, well, Jalen Warren is not as involved as I would have
Yeah,
thought.
that's
Yeah.
frustrating. I drafted him as RB3 in our league, and he is not doing that.
I think Josh Reynolds is a nice waiver pickup. You can't ignore his numbers from the last 2 weeks.
Hmm.
Frustrating game for George Pickens. He's set for a bounce back, but
I also own him.
at
Yeah,
this point, I don't know how big of a bounce back.
yeah.
But uh, also you're looking at yards per carry. Let's travel over to Javonte Williams for a second.
Oh, 1.5 is
Yeah.
horrible.
He
Oh,
tried. I
he
logged him
does.
5.
He does suck, dude.
I took him in exactly no weeks.
Yeah, I did not want Javonte Williams anywhere near my team.
Absolutely did not touch that man.
So many truthers were talking about, a comeback season, and it could still happen. It's week 3, but
He
yeah,
had
that's tough.
yeah, little
Uh,
Jordan Humphrey.
Little Jordan Humphrey, all-time name.
Little
Yeah,
Jordan,
50 yards though.
little Jordan Humphrey. That's amazing.
Steelers fans, Steelers fans that I've talked to think that Fields is the future, which he very much can be, but it doesn't look like it.
I mean,
Yeah,
he's only thrown 1 touchdown this whole.
I think his rushing upside keeps him potentially relevant, but hasn't been anything to write home about to start the
Mhm.
year. Just
yeah.
just the overall stinker of a game, gotta
Yeah,
say.
this game was tough. I mean, yeah, Broncos is 0 points going into the fourth quarter. That's very exciting as a Broncos fan.
Yeah, I can tell you that my friend Eric was not happy the whole game, and he said that Sean Payton made him want to just throw something at his TV.
I like that.
But R.I.P. my beautiful sweet princess Isaiah Pacheco.
I agree.
I mean, that
That's
sucks, dude.
6 to 8 weeks, bro.
I have him in 2
It's-
leagues, and he's very important to my teams in that league because he was my
Yeah.
RB1 originally in I think the league that I'm commissioner in, but no, it was a different one. But Kamara is all of a sudden the GOAT again, so checks out.
This brings up a very interesting conversation with that backfield because Carson Steele and Samaje Perine were there, and then they just signed Kareem Hunt.
Oh
So
yeah,
I had
I
someone
did
ask me
see
today
that.
what I think about the backfield, and Carson Steele is nearly an exact copy and paste story of Pacheco's come up. I know Pacheco's actually drafted, but I know is late. They like Steele, so I think while
Hmm.
Hunt is ramping up, I think we get a nice couple Steele weeks.
Really?
I think it could be a little mixed, but yeah, overall, it's kind of quickly transitioned into a backfield I don't really want to touch, even when Pacheco comes back, because
Mm.
how fresh are you going to be off of fracturing your fibula? Let's be real.
dude, that's such a tough injury, man.
Yeah, at least it wasn't the tibia. At least it wasn't the femur. So 6 to 8 weeks when I heard that, I was like, wow, he's actually coming back this year. I would be wary about immediately starting him when he comes back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably
We'll see.
won't.
Well, he probably will, but I don't
I
know
mean,
if
you'll probably be in a position where you probably need to start him.
I don't know if it's going to be
Yeah,
a 19
I
carries
probably
for 90
yeah,
yards. But
I probably will still start him, but
But yeah, this game was fun because Mike Gesicki is somehow getting over 90 yards. Never saw that coming.
Dolphins legend.
Dolphins gritty legend, you mean?
Yeah, I think owning Jamar Chase would be the most frustrating thing of all time, especially seeing 2 passing touchdowns to a guy who had 2 catches the entire game.
I mean, tell me about it. I have both Jamar Chase and Garrett Wilson as my wide receiver 1,
Oh,
2,
yeah.
and
I have T. Higgins. I'm praying he comes back so that he can take touchdowns away from Andre. Not gonna attempt that name.
I think it's only up from here for Chase, another buy low candidate. I know he has the aura of his name, but you might be able to get a deal done. Rashid Rice, wide receiver 1 season.
I'm
Continue.
telling you, Rashid Rice is him.
And we need to talk about Travis Kelce.
I was literally about to bring that up. Yes, we do, bro.
I don't know what's going on. Truly.
I think this is where we start to see his decline. I think Rashid Rice takes over as Patrick's favorite target, but that's. I think this means that he's not going to have a great year, but he's definitely going to in the playoffs. He's going to convert some really frustrating third downs.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be wide open at some.
For
Like
all
it
those
always happens.
for all those Chiefs haters out there, there's gonna be some crazy
Go
third down.
Chiefs.
Dude, the Chiefs are so frustrating to watch sometimes because you're like, how does he do it?
I love watching
True.
I love watching the Chiefs.
Wanya Morris is only 2 months,
Mahomes.
so that's pretty cool.
He scored a receiving touchdown, and he's an offensive tackle. That's awesome. I love it.
Beast.
He did it.
But yeah, that
Yeah.
game was awesome.
Xavier
I-
Worthy comes back down to earth after week 1.
Figured he would.
Yeah.
Zach Moss seems to
Still smell bad?
at least firmly be the one with that
Griffin, you've never smelled him before.
Yeah, I can smell him on one of my fantasy teams.
Oh,
He doesn't smell great.
I have to say, Burrow did look a lot better after week 1, the whole wrist issue.
He did. He looked better.
Being a concern, I did think he looked a lot better.
Yeah, I think the Bengals next week will be honestly a completely different team, especially going against the Commanders.
Well, they need it for their season.
They need
Yeah.
to be. If
Yeah,
they're
they're
not, they're
0-2.
cooked.
If they lose to Washington, and start 0-3,
They're probably cooked.
that's going to be rough for a lot of parlays out there as division favorites. Gotta say. Even
Not a
though the
big fan of
even though the Ravens were
Burrow dropping the ball twice. Only lost one of them, but still
So hang on to the ball, bro.
not good when the game is a 1-point game. Word. Bears Texans.
Dude,
Okay, sure.
Caleb Williams was getting just throttled.
7 sacks.
I literally saw that man run for his life like pretty much every play.
Yeah, he was getting hit hard too.
It was bad.
wasn't even
It
like
was
he
not.
was getting sacked. He was getting hit.
You can't really excuse the interceptions, but the bad game isn't on him. Let's be real.
Yeah, I mean, he got
that offensive line just got
drilled.
bullied by the Texans front.
Mhm.
So I don't know. Again, I always play it safe when it comes to rookies. Like I'm not drafting them right off the bat. So I didn't really expect much from Williams this season. But yeah, I mean, he kind of just solidified that it's gonna be kind of rough fantasy wise going forward, at least till he gets his footing or a coaching change.
Yeah, something needs to happen. Some change already needs to happen. But I think it is safe to say that Nico Collins is a top 10 wide receiver.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
I'd even put him top 6.
Name the 5 above him.
Okay. Amon-Ra,
Okay.
Justin Jefferson, Tyreek Hill, CeeDee Lamb. Jamar Chase.
John, can you think of a receiver that should be over Nico that he didn't mention?
I'm not picking Garrett Wilson over Nico Collins.
I wasn't gonna pick Garrett Wilson.
I'm just saying that because Justin Jefferson said something about like, I am not Garrett Wilson. And then he just destroyed Niners defense.
Loki, he stood on business though.
Justin Jefferson is one of my favorite players in the NFL. He is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, if we're just talking about like receivers just in general, ignoring like how they've done so far, I mean, Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua are both above him, but one's injured, played 2 seconds, and the other one's now injured. So,
I mean, I completely agree.
Yeah.
It's the Nico Collins show.
Nico's incredible right now.
Nico's my man.
I had a feeling Tank Dell would regress. I mean, especially with the addition of Diggs. On the other side, though, I don't think you need to panic on DJ Moore. He's getting his target share.
DJ Moore's fine.
They need to, do something about the pressure so Williams can actually give him an accurate ball. But
yeah,
I mean, DJ Moore has still had some solid games.
I mean, you can see the offensive line performance when you look at DeAndre Swift's
dude, being a Swift owner is frustrating.
Oh, 1.3 average, bro.
Dude, and it sucks because no one else could probably. I mean, Caleb Williams was running for his life on those 5 carries, but like, it's tough.
But if you're a Swift owner, you can at least be happy with how lopsided the share is. He's the guy. So as long as they don't get destroyed on the offensive line,
true,
should be all right.
Which they probably will.
I would watch out. I would monitor Joe Mixon's health because that injury looked a lot worse
Yeah, I don't know if he's playing this week. I saw
I mean
reports he might
that
not be.
injury, that tackle that happened.
He got back. He got back in the game. I realized that they took him out a little while after, but I wouldn't feel so secure about starting him, even
Yeah,
though
he didn't
for a lot of
practice
Yeah.
people
today,
it's
so
probably
He wasn't even spotted at practice today.
Wednesdays are tough though, because a lot of times the vets don't even practice on Wednesdays, or if they do.
so. With that in mind, I think it's officially like I think Cam Akers has taken over
Oh God, Cam Akers smells bad.
from Damian Pierce. I got to say, as the two.
Well,
Oh
true.
yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
So if Mixon misses, it might be able to swoop up Cam Akers off of waivers while he's still there.
Oh, Dalton Schultz.
I just wanted to
Thank you.
make sure he was good.
All right, the final game,
So
the
this game was
Yeah.
incredible.
biggest
So-
choke job I've
I
ever seen.
loved this game so
Oh
much.
my God.
That last second touchdown by London saved me a win.
Oh my dude. I don't
Oh,
think you
really?
could understand how sad Tony looked when I was watching the game with him. He was so
Oh.
defeated.
I was so hyped. I was so hyped. All he needed was 10 points from London, did nothing the entire game, and then catches a game-winning touchdown for me to win my matchup. I that makes me feel a little better about London going forward. I know that it was at the end of the game, but it still happened. So
Yeah,
it's not
I mean, Kirko won the game with that touchdown. So,
so Darnell Mooney, great waiver ad, by the way.
Darnell Mooney is a good waiver ad.
Darnell Mooney was like Brittany Covey, just pack punched.
Just pack a punch. That's awesome.
Because
There's,
Jalen Hurts just kept looking at Britton Covey all game for no reason, and it pissed me off because I took Dallas Goedert receptions over, so that hurt. Speaking of tight ends, Kyle Pitts,
Still stinks.
he caught a touchdown week one. He
Yeah.
caught a touchdown week
10
one.
fantasy points, brother.
Wow.
I hope he picks it up. He's still super good. But I wanted to point out this man who's been a
Oh,
part of,
shout
who
out
has
Ray
been
Ray
a
McLeod.
part of our conversations for like years.
Yeah, it's just like a random guy in waivers you'd
I
never see
love
on
it.
a team.
Well, because with Pittsburgh, he was just like a special teams guy. And
Yeah.
now he's awesome. And I love
Yeah.
hearing Catch by McLeod. It's my favorite thing to hear.
Now
Shout out Ray
he-
Ray McLeod. I love
Now
it.
he's awesome.
Can we acknowledge how horrible it is to see a wide receiver wearing number 34?
Yeah, that's tough. That's
It's
That
okay when
sucks.
it's right. It's okay when it's right.
That's Rashid Shaheed territory of bad.
I love Ray.
Right.
Well, because like he's one of those guys where like you just scroll really far down in the fantasy app to find like all the weird like names and people who don't really
and you
play.
see him.
McLeod the third in Pittsburgh, and now he's finally getting the attention he deserves. Oh, Ray.
But Kirk looked amazing. I would say he really picked it up in the second half. I think he looked a bit better in the pocket, but Saquon and Bijan, amazing running back.
This was a great game
Battle
for
of-
just watching running backs.
Yeah, I mean, this was a great game in general.
Bijan's cuts are. I remember texting one of my friends during the game that his cuts are so silky smooth.
I know.
Him cutting back is just so natural, and it's
Bijan's
just
him.
so great to watch. As just a ball enjoyer, no Diddy. It's just so.
Oh, bro. No, did he?
There's no way you just said no, did he? But yeah, that was week 2. I think week 2 was pretty interesting, I would say. But
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I
what
think
time is it? It's already 5:30. My lord.
Hey, I'm having fun. All I will say is Cooper Kupp getting injured. Definitely the Rams
Yeah, that stinks.
are. I mean, there's a reason why there's so many Rams receivers you can pick up because nobody knows who's going to be obviously the number one. I don't think there ever is obviously going to be a number one. I don't think Kupp's going to be out long enough for there to ever be a true like guy to be like this is just the one. I don't think he's going to be out long enough for that to happen.
No, yeah, I agree. For sure. For shizzle.
We talked about Pacheco getting hurt. I think that was it of injuries.
I believe so. I believe we covered everything.
Now, the amazing week 3.
Yeah,
goes
let's-
tomorrow.
If we want this to be under an hour and a half, might want to
Yeah,
speed
let's
it up.
let's zip through this. I think the Lions are gonna win. Well, no, that's not the first
Whoa,
game.
you
I'm
skipped a
sorry.
game.
Whoa.
Ah, whoa!
Whoa!
I
I
think
thought
tomorrow night we're gonna witness a resurgence from Aaron Rodgers. He's gonna pass for over 300 yards.
Really?
Yep,
I
to Garrett Wilson and Mike Williams.
And to Mike
Just
Will. That's
just
hilarious.
stay. Hey, dude,
that's
listen.
hilarious.
Mike was only not used in week 1 because his snap was like I think he was on like a 15 snap limit, which is just nothing. And then 2, they like tripled that, and now he's back. He's back. Just wait. He in LA.
Is that I mean, we should make this a segment going forward. Is that the John Lock of the week?
I was about to say that's
My
crazy.
lock, I would
Mike,
not lock
I
Mike
was about to
Williams,
say
but I would
walking.
I mean,
look at
John
him.
Locke is perfect.
That's awesome. John Locke.
The
No,
John
but
Well-
I would lock Garrett Wilson. You could lock that in.
Well,
by
you know,
punching is
it.
over.
Punch it in.
bet on Boston. That's what Trevor
Bet
says.
on Bonson. Shout out Trevor.
No,
So
yeah, I wouldn't.
okay, so boys, who are we taking for the
Yeah, it's the Jets by 20.
win? It's by 20.
Aaron Rodgers is going to cook, baby. I am
By
agreeing with
20.
John.
Okay, well, Jets definitely, but
I think
I don't know by that
They're
much.
going to cook.
Jets.
Go Jets.
I'm going Jets, but I think Ramondre might cook a little bit.
Lions, Cardinals.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Lions will win that game.
Yeah, you were right last week too.
That's true. I hope the Cardinals keep proving me wrong. I will always pick the opponent if the Cardinals win the game.
Yeah, I'm doing the Cardinals. Because
Really?
they're awesome.
Okay.
I picked against the Cardinals last week, and it bit me in the ass. So with that said, I'm going to pick the Lions.
That's so
So
real.
good.
We're picking the Lions.
So good.
The Lions destroy the Cardinals time and
Every
time.
single time, dude.
It's like the Panthers. There's no reason, but they
Maybe it'll be different.
they have the Cardinals number.
I say that every single year, Matthew. It's never different.
And I think the
I
Lions
know.
offense. I think the Lions offense actually would know how to play against a
George.
good defense. So
Yeah, I agree.
I think the offense will be great for Arizona, but it's going to be a Lions win.
So is it a 1v3 again? You guys are all Lions? All right.
Hey,
that-
I will
it's-
take that. If the
Boys.
Cardinals win, John,
We got to find one. Is that the John Lock of the week?
Yeah, give me the Cardinals, dude. Punch
is
it.
that your lock?
Cardinals +3? Give it to me.
That
Inject it into my veins. Let me tell
that's
you.
crazy. I don't know if I agree with
Inject in
that.
my veins.
right.
Browns Giants. Yeah, give me the Giants.
I don't think you're wrong because I was gonna pick the Giants too.
I don't like
Ooh,
how the Browns play football.
you like how the Giants play
I think the
football?
Giants are going to win their first game of the season.
I think you're right.
In Ohio.
Only in Ohio.
Only in Ohio.
Ah,
I think seeing that spread is disgusting, but I think the Giants get their first win.
bet on Cleveland.
I'm
Bet on Cleveland Brown.
I'm going with the Brownies.
2-2.
I'm gonna take that defense.
I'll take. I'm with you on this one, John.
I'm going with the Brownies.
That defense is nice.
Packers Titans.
Yeah,
Low
Packers.
scoring. Jeez, total three.
Yeah, I
37.
mean,
Good night.
I think
Packers-
I think Josh Jacobs is gonna cook. That's what that game is gonna be.
I think
Give me the-
LaFleur showed that he could be relevant without Jordan Love.
I think they get Malik Willis more involved this game. I think he's going to be just settled in just a little bit.
I think this is the main storyline here should be a Malik Willis revenge game.
Yeah, I hope he wins. Yeah, the Titans did him dirty.
I'm pretty sure though the Titans corners are pretty good. They've been historically pretty good at stopping the pass. They were good last year.
The Titans do have a good defense.
Yeah.
And I know we love to joke about Levis
Mhm.
making a crazy play every week.
I love.
But
the
it's their
coach
defense that
the coach
cooks.
is crazy. He's a grown man.
His Snead is on their team. They got him from the Chiefs.
Mhm.
With Jarius Sneed, Jeffrey Simmons, like
Yeah, it's a good squad.
it's a good squad, but to that point, the Titan staff might know how to stop Willis. Granted, Willis might not be in the game scripts if it's just completely a Josh Jacobs game. This is a hard game to predict.
Yeah, I think. Well, yeah. Based on this, it's going to be a hard game and it's going to be low scoring.
I agree.
So what are you boys going with?
The Packers.
I'm picking the Packers in a close game.
I agree.
I think their players are just more impressive. I think having Reed and Jacobs is going to be the difference versus having.
What do you think, Matthew? Let me get
I just
a.
want a good game.
Oh
Bet
yeah.
on Tyjae Spears.
That's crazy.
The Titans. I mean, hey,
Bet
the
on
Titans
Tyjae
actually did.
Hey,
Spears. Tyjae
you know,
Spears is gonna get more involved this
you
game.
know, I think it's a Packers win, but I'm gonna be contrarian and just go Tennessee Titans.
Okay.
I like
Yeah.
that. I like another two too. So
Bears,
this
Colts.
Bears
game
Colts.
is going to be interesting
Colts.
because I hope.
You say that about every game.
Well, every game is interesting in its own way.
This game is gonna be interesting.
If Richardson does not throw 3 picks, it's a Colts win.
Mm-hmm.
You say that so confidently.
What if he throws 2
I
picks?
do say that so confidently because I know how bad the offensive line for the
Well,
Bears is.
let's talk about it. The Bears, their whole issue is interior pressure, but now DeForest Buckner ceases to exist.
Even still, I think this is a Colts win. I think they get their first one of the season.
I think Caleb Williams finally figures it out and throws a touchdown and wins the game.
That's figuring it out.
Wow.
Just throwing a touchdown.
Low bar.
Those tickets are expensive. 199 for the lowest ticket. Yeah, I'm gonna pick the Colts.
Good job, John.
Richardson's
Mm.
I'm going with the Bears.
he's gonna want to have a revenge game, and I don't think Williams has it in him to have a
Colts,
revenge
sure.
game.
Why not?
Let's go, Colts.
I like that. Texans
Indiana.
All right, Texans by 20.
Oh, great game.
Oh yeah, this should be good. But give me Texans.
Give me Texans in a very close game.
Dalton Schultz is gonna get more involved here, I think, for sure.
Is that Matthew's lock of the week?
Yeah, Dalton Schultz will get more involved here. Definitely.
I think I'm
Yeah.
gonna go the same way that I said with the Packers game. I do think it's a Texans win, but the Vikings just upset the Niners. So let's what if they stay on a hot streak? Let's go.
Dude, if Jefferson's healthy, that's definitely going to be. It could go either way at that point because Jefferson's him.
Uh-huh.
I do think the Texans win comfortably, but I'm gonna go with a hot hand.
Oh, John's hair went away.
Even though they're both 2-0. Go Vikings.
Eagles Saints.
Ooh.
Eagles.
What do you think, Griffin? I want
Eagles
to know your
minus
take on
2.5.
this.
You know, it's tough because
Actually,
I think the Eagles have a pretty decent defense. Not to say that the Cowboys didn't. I think John's maybe right in this instance. I think the Saints come back to earth this week. I actually am picking the Eagles.
Eagles fly.
The Eagles. That's my news. I would slam Eagles plus 2.5.
Yeah, like that's a pretty easy Eagles. I wouldn't say a pretty easy Eagles win, but like I can see them winning by a touchdown and I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah.
Let's go. Damn, you don't want to bet against the Derek Carr MVP, but I'm going Eagles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, I hope the Saints prove me wrong, like they always do.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's not a confident Eagles
No,
debut.
but especially how they fell apart last week.
I mean, you know what Trevor's betting on.
Well, he's a card guy.
Car guy, Saints.
Matthew, who are you picking?
Oh, Eagles.
I think we all went the Eagles.
Good.
I love the
This
Eagles.
so the Chargers and Steelers game, I think is really going to come down to Watt versus Alt, truly. And you know what?
So that means the Chargers are gonna win.
I'm picking the Chargers.
Let's go, bolt up, baby.
This game is going to be very
Go
therapeutic.
Bolts!
It's going to be a really good game to sleep to. If you like offense, I would switch to a different game. I think the Chargers are going to win, but I don't think it's going to be.
Yeah,
It's going to be a field goal type
these
game.
offenses
easily.
are snoozes.
I'm pretty excited for Dicker the kicker.
Is this the
Dicker.
Is this the lowest point total of the week, or is it the
It's got
Titans?
it. 35.5 is half.
Or is it the Titans game?
No, because the Titans was like 38, I think. Let me see. 37.5. So
Yeah, this is the lowest point total game,
Yeah, I think it's the Chargers.
and I believe it.
Is there a Panthers game?
Well, they're playing against the Raiders,
by
so
week 3. I'm just kidding.
they're playing against the Raiders.
Oh, okay.
Bolt up, baby. Bolt up. I'm going.
Bolts up. Go Lad
Yeah.
McConkey.
Who are you going for?
Lad McConkey. So Chargers.
We're all going against the spread. I like that.
Lad.
Uh,
Broncos, Bucks.
Do we
Yeah,
need to talk about this?
Give me the Buccaneers by 20.
Easily. Broncos suck, so Buccaneers.
Yeah, I think Mike Evans is going to have a pretty incredible game.
I think Mike Evans and Chris Godwin are both going to cook.
Yeah, and I think Rashad White's going to
It's
Baker
gonna be
Mayfield.
a Yaya Diaby legacy game.
Yeah, do I start Baker Mayfield?
honestly.
That's a not bad start at all against that defense.
Well, it goes one or two ways because they could go so far up where they just run it.
Well, I have him or Stroud.
Stroud.
There's
Yeah.
no debate there.
But what I will say is Rashad White might get a pretty good amount of rushes just simply because of how the game is going to go. I think
Yeah, we'll see if he
I think he's
actually
pretty
gets the
fair.
yards though.
he'll get him because he's
I don't think Hunter agrees with you in the slightest.
he's a player in the NFL.
You think you'll get him, John?
He's a player.
Well, I don't think they're going to give it to Bucky Irving as many times as people might think.
Forks up.
Forks up. But yeah, the Buccaneers by at least 20. I don't even know if we really need to talk about the next game because I think everyone knows how that's going to go.
Can I just be a contrarian and pick Andy Dalton?
You
Yeah,
can do that.
Give me Panthers. He's going to transform this offense.
Let's go Panthers.
Dolphins, Seahawks.
It's gonna be the Raiders, but let's go Panthers.
Panthers don't have anything.
Yeah, give me the Raiders.
They have Adam Thielen.
Yeah, why are tickets over $100? What the?
Because it's at Allegiant. It's at Allegiant.
Oh, that makes sense. I thought this was in Carolina. Yeah, that stadium rocks.
Yeah, Raiders and what? I mean, geez, being Carolina Panthers fans got to be embarrassing.
Real.
Dolphins, Seahawks.
Give me the Seahawks. They're in Seattle.
Let's go Seattle.
Yeah, I'll take Seattle. You know,
I really want to pick Miami, but they don't. I just give me Seattle.
Seattle.
Yeah.
I've been there recently. It's a nice place.
Thank you, Matthew.
Yeah.
Good insight.
Good insight.
Next.
Ravens, Cowboys.
At Dallas, I think the Ravens get their
Ravens.
first win of the season.
Yeah, I like the Ravens in this one.
It's
Gonna be-
crazy that we're talking first win of the season for Ravens.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I don't
true.
think it's going to be a pretty game at all, but it's going
After
to be.
they've already played Gardner Minshew.
Yeah,
That's so real.
that's true.
Ravens.
Yeah, but give me the Ravens.
All right, here we have the Injury Bowl.
Let's go Ravens.
Yeah, I figured you were going to pick the Ravens. I was waiting for you to say it.
There you go.
Oh, we got 2 Monday night games.
The
here.
big injury bowl right here.
Yeah, but give me. I think the Rams are more hurt than the Niners, so give me the Niners.
Go Niners.
Yeah,
Go
Niners.
Yeah,
Jawan
the
Johnson-
Rams.
Jawan Johnson
rough.
legacy game, baby.
Juwan Jennings.
Jawan Jennings,
Johnson's
I'm
on the
sorry.
Saints.
Sorry,
Jawan-
that's
Jawan
what it was.
Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah, Niners.
So
I don't
you don't think Ayuk's gonna cook?
Ayuk can, but I think Jennings will steal the
I
show.
think Ayuk should wait 1 week before going off because I'm going against him. So
Okay.
as long as he waits, then I'm all
Well, just tell him.
for it. Go Devils.
Tell him that.
Go Devils.
Okay.
Chiefs, Falcons.
I really want to pick the Falcons, but I know they're not going to win.
Chiefs. You know I'm a Chiefs boy. Patrick Mahomes, Rashi
I'm gonna-
Rice.
The Falcons have the firepower to win, but until proven wrong, I'm going with the Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm going to have to pick the Chiefs just to not look
Prime
stupid.
time Kirk Cousins.
He won last week.
And
Kirko Chains.
Kyle
Kirko-
Pitts.
Kirko Chains just locked in.
I'm sitting here thinking,
You want some prime Kirk with Kyle Pitts, John?
We need some like John thinking music.
Do, do,
I'm gonna say
yeah.
I'm gonna pick the Atlanta Falcons to beat the Chiefs.
That's
Oh
a
my
fuck-
god.
That's
Oh
a-
my
that-
gosh.
That's an awesome pick.
Yeah, I'm not pissed at that.
Nobody was picking the Falcons last week, and let's see what happens.
Yeah, John, you're cooking.
I think Bijan and London, they just have their way against the Chiefs.
You can.
And then Kyle Pitts is gonna steal 2 touchdowns from him because he's awesome.
I hope that's what happens, John. For your sake, I hope it's right.
Big
yeah,
dub.
I think the Falcons just they want it more.
Exactly. They just work harder.
All right, Jacksonville, Bills. All right, Bills, cool.
Bills. Josh Allen is the
Bills.
guy.
I think Josh Allen solidifies his #1 in the MVP race.
I think the Bills have a much better. I mean, it's funny that we're saying much better because they're 2-0, but I think that the Bills, I think Allen probably.
Yeah.
I mean, it's in Buffalo on a Monday night, and the Jaguars have looked
Oh,
not
yeah.
great.
Yeah, it's gonna be too cold. Jacksonville's gonna be like, ooh, bird.
Oh, it's freezing.
In
Yeah,
September.
give me the Bills by not 20.
I do like the Jaguars roster, but they have
At least someone
underperformed.
does.
Yeah, they're not cooking. James Cook's gonna destroy that.
At least someone
That defense.
does.
No, I think this is okay. Here's what I will say: it's gonna be another stinker from Keon Coleman, and then everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, hold on, just wait. He's gonna be good." Listen, you can all safely drop Keon Coleman. All right.
Wow, you might be eating your words.
I
John.
really hope John eats that for
There's a
sure.
reason why he wasn't picked up until.
Is that the
Matt
John
brought him
Lock
up.
of the week?
He can
No,
have a
Give me the
few.
under on whatever Coleman's yards is. It'll be less than that.
0.
Oh, that's crazy.
Under on Coleman's yards.
It's probably really low.
I just am
probably
such a
like
Keon
35.
Coleman truther, man.
If it's more than 35, I'll freak out.
I don't know if the lines are live yet.
If it's more than 35, you will.
I don't even want to know what you're about to say.
Yeah, I don't know.
86.
But yeah,
Keon
last
Coleman-
game,
Keon Coleman, the line is at 35.5 right now.
Yeah, I'll take that under.
Okay,
Nice.
sure. Yeah,
last
I can see
game,
that.
Bengals and Commanders. The Bengals need to win this game, like a must win.
The Bengals minus 7.5 is disrespectful.
It's
Like-
in Ohio.
They got to win in Ohio.
So yeah, I'm picking the Bengals.
Burrow,
They
boy.
need this. They need this so bad.
I was like, if they lose this game, they are cooked.
I'm going Cincinnati. I think Jaden Daniels does throw a touchdown finally.
Let's hope so.
Yeah, I'll pick Cincinnati. I don't really agree with minus 7.5. Maybe it happens, but I think people are saying the Commanders are worse than they actually are. I like the running backs. I like the receivers, and the quarterback is young. So it's
I mean, where do you rank Commanders? Like all teams,
top 10. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
bottom
Look
10.
at
Bottom
all-
10.
All of the teams. No, no, they can't be bottom 10. Not with the players they have.
Well, who's worse?
Tennessee.
Yeah. What are some other teams that are worse? Yeah, Titans, obviously Panthers.
Yeah, I'll ignore like the obvious ones like Panthers and Patriots.
Yeah.
All right, boys. You guys got any final thoughts?
Yeah, final thoughts. I know this is going to be a long episode. But I think Mr. G's lock this week. I'm going to throw out my lock. Can you go back up, John?
Yes, sir.
Don't do that.
Give me the Buccaneers as my lock by 20.
By 20.
What is this college?
By
Um,
20. All right.
Baker's going to cook.
my big prediction, Dalton Schultz is going to show some magic this week.
That's awesome.
Define
gonna-
magic. 2 catches for 10 yards.
11 maybe.
That would be like a career high for him.
And he's going to get in the end zone.
All right.
That's my prediction.
I got 2 things that I want to say.
Okay.
My lock is that Mark Andrews finds the end zone this week.
Okay.
And then I want to list off some guys that I want you to go buy. They're either injured or underperforming, and just buy them while you can for a good price. This one's going to be debatable and controversial just because we actually don't know when he's going to come back. Christian McCaffrey. It's worth throw out some cheap offers, see what you can get. Kenneth Walker. He was seen running.
And we know that. Shout out, John.
He's alive.
AJ Brown, buy on that Hemi. Cooper Kupp, not on IR. He's gonna come back. Michael Pittman hasn't done anything this year, but we know he's the one. So Michael Pittman. Puka. Puka, another guy that's injured.
I thought we were saying Pierce was going to be the one.
Bank on
Now
bank
Pittman's going to be the one.
on Puka. Well, Pierce is the one right now, based
Yeah,
on
it could change at any
ba-
point.
based on stats. But
Mhm.
Michael Pittman's the guy that they just paid. So Michael Pittman, Puka is the
Puka?
talent. Just bank on the talent. I know the injury. We don't know when he's
Pookie.
going to come back. Just throw out some offers. See what you can get. DJ Moore hasn't broken out this year. He got the contract. He's getting the targets. It's going to happen. Dalton Kincaid.
I like that.
Anyone?
I love that.
I
We
mean,
know
he is
we know-
underperforming right now, so yeah,
we
it's
know
good
we
buy
know
low.
we know Keon Coleman isn't going to get the yard, so it's going to be.
Well, let's hope he
True.
does. For my
And then
sake.
last one, Evan Ingram. Look at last year. He had a
Mm,
great year last year.
what? It was
We'll
not
see
that
how the
great.
Jaguars even do against the Bills.
Was his year great last year? I don't think so.
I mean, he made the Pro Bowl.
He was last year. Yeah.
It was?
You have to be great to make the Pro Bowl, I would say.
I'm pretty sure in another episode we looked at his stats and Griffin was like, ew.
Look at Evan. Okay, before we close
Well,
off, Evan Ingram stats from last year.
That honestly,
Evan.
Evan.
Evan Ingram stats. Beautiful. All right, here you go. 113, so almost 1,000 yards, 4 touchdowns.
That's amazing. 114 at tight end.
yeah, that's pretty
crazy.
good.
I remember we
Eat
looked
it,
at
Matthew.
I thought we looked at his stats as fantasy stats were
I
not that
guarantee
impressive.
you. Well, I mean,
What is
fantasy.
that picture for him?
That's like yeah, what is that picture, bro?
It's him.
It is him.
Evan Ingram had a great year last year.
Yeah, he had 230 fantasy points.
Yeah, no denying that. So go buy him.
Okay.
Go buy those guys while you can.
Absolutely. But what an episode! What an amazing episode to have another member of the SportsNow podcast join us officially for the rest of the time.
It's an honor.
But yeah, go Bills.
Heck yeah. The
Is that your team of the week?
Well, it's the Bucks, but yeah, I want the Bills to just house the Jaguars. That'd be awesome.
All right.
3-0 would be cool.
Trustin Schultz.
Good
No,
pod,
thank-
boys.
Great pod. John, do you want to do the
Fancy.
ending?
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, that's it. Tomorrow's game is going to be, I don't think that amazing. Unfortunately, I'm hoping it is because it's Thursday Night Football and Thursday Night Football is incredible, but
Real.
we shall see. Stay tuned for next week's episode where we talk about all the things that happened this weekend.
Real.
Wow.
Adios.
Bye-bye.
Cut.